Hello, it's Piff the Magic Dragon. Welcome to Piff's Golden Hour, starring me, Piff the Magic Dragon. Here in the newly refurbished Piff the Magic Dragon studio. That's right, it was the weekend, and therefore we took everything apart and rebuilt it. Over in the corner, I have Alex, who is a lost orphan from Canada. How are you doing, Alex, in the corner?
Are we assuming there's a lot of new viewers today? Is that
yeah, every day there's new viewers. So,
okay.
So let's put that big camera on your face, Alex, and let's say hello to Alex over there. Now, you'll notice for the regular viewers, where's your light, Alex?
I'll turn it on.
There we go. You notice for your regular viewers, Alex's desk is a lot more tidy, and our show is reaching new heights of professionalism. While Alex attempts to turn on the oh my God. I mean, okay, just put it back. Just put it back. Yeah, it was a strong start, ladies and gentlemen. It was a strong start. We got a little watermark in the corner down there. That's nice. So that stays there all the time. So you know you're watching PiffTV. That's good, isn't it? This week we will be taking leaps and bounds in our production level. Now, Alex, one of our favorite acts from Piff Needs Talent was it last week?
Last week, yeah.
Was Harren Beanie, the gorillagician. He was very taken with us, and he seems to have devoted his whole life to trying to open for us. But what he also did was make another video, because clearly he was very jealous of the attention we gave Mark, who was a knife thrower, and he was actually a really good knife thrower, but he could only throw knives in his garden, so in daylight. So Piff Needs Talent was a live talent show, and therefore he would need to be throwing knives live for the show, but his garden doesn't have Wi-Fi, and also it was raining and it was pitch dark, so he couldn't be on the show live. So he came on the next day and he showed us did he throw axes the next day?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was really...
he had an axe, but then he threw knives, I think.
Right.
He got it in the middle. That's all I really
Whatever
remember.
it was unbelievable. So Harren Beanie, the gorillagician, got very jealous and sent us this video. Piff Needs Talent. That's right. Piff the Magic Dragon is hosting a talent show for you. All right, so act number one. Everyone ready? Harren Beanie. Let's see Harren Beanie. Oh, dart throwing? Is that dice? Knife throwing. Oh, there we go. 5. Okay, he's done 5. What's the 5 thing?
That's what he scored.
Oh, he's like doing his own score.
Well, I think this was a competition entry, because he sent us a couple of clips. I think he was entering like the knife throwing Olympics, because there was competitor information on that.
Oh.
And you'll notice with this, there's no spin. The knife goes straight in.
Oh, that was good. What? So there was no the knives weren't spinning.
Yeah, that was again part of the entry information. He sent us a couple of videos, one with spins and one without, and it seems they're different competitions.
Why did we choose the non-spinning knives?
Because on the other clip he went and got the camera every time and took it to the scoreboard, to the board, to show us exactly where it had landed, and we just felt that was too much information for non-competitive knife throwing.
That's it, right? You're done, son. PiffTheMagicDragon.com/talent. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Like, the gorilla edited all that. Do you understand? I have a team of yes men. They're all men. That's why they're yes men. there are 3 of them, and their only job is to make content for the show. That's the only job, right? Their job is to support Alex and I, like the wind beneath our wings. And a gorilla does that. We didn't pay him.
It's some of the most blatant copyright infringement I've ever seen.
Which copyright infringement?
Everything that we've ever produced.
Are you kidding me? He didn't post that publicly. He sent that to us for our review.
That is true. Fair enough.
If he'd have posted it publicly, would have shown that and it would have been flagged.
Yeah.
I'm speechless. I literally asked us last week to come up with a really great little Piff Needs Talent intro, and the gorilla knocks it out the park. So, I mean, what's going on, Alex? The graphics popping up, the cartoons.
And that is a gorilla with a lot of time on its hands.
No, it's not. It's a gorilla with talent, Alex.
Maybe that's a spin-off show, just gorillas with talent. It's just him and Glenn.
Yeah, Piff Needs Talent. Guess what? Harren Beanie has it. Harren Beanie, if you're out there, get in touch, buddy. That was stunning. Stunning. Also, next time, let us know and we'll send you the proper assets so they look nice and not like washed out because you're pilfering them from the internet. But congratulations on your pilfering. I mean, I really don't understand. I was so impressed with that. And that's the nice thing about doing the show is getting to like talk back and forth with some of you people. For example, there's another very nice lady called Lina, and she's been offering to help us out. So Lina, at some point, what will happen is Natalie, who works for us, will get in touch and she'll be like, okay, what do you want to do? And then whatever you want to do, you can do it. Because we've done that with a couple of people have been asking how they can help with the Piff show. So, you know, we've started now. We're a bit more under control. So we started now to talk to you guys and say, yeah, we'd love your help. And we would love your help. But Lina would like our help for a moment because Lina has an issue with her workplace. And I understand this because the other day on Saturday, I had to go, I had to leave the house. I had to go and meet Jade because we had to buy all his gym stuff, right? Because we're going to build like a gym in our garage and probably charge a monthly rental. And that's the only way we're going to ever see an income again. So we had to make an appointment at the gym. It was with Palava. Well, we did it. We went there. And Jade was, I had to meet her there because she was getting her hair done, which is a whole another story because even when Jade went to get her hair done, she's wearing a face mask and gloves, and the woman's wearing a face mask and gloves, and they're not allowed to blow dry because that spreads the germs around. This is like a very weird time to live in. But so Jade's wearing a face mask, and I'm calling the Uber, and I'm thinking, well, I'll wear a face mask in the Uber because I'll be nice, I'll be polite, I'll be kind. So, which is rare for me. So I get a face mask on, and immediately it's new, so it smells horrible. It smells of rubber, not like good rubber, like bad rubber. So I got this thing on my face, suffocating me, but whatever, good, you know, for the greater good. So I get in the Uber, and immediately it goes south. I'm not kidding, within 7 seconds, the guy said to me, "Where are you from?" I said, "London." He said, "Oh, I used to love that place until all the immigration." 7 seconds.
Was he from London?
No.
How did he?
He was born in London when he was 1 or 2, 0, when he was 0.
And at 6 months he went, "There are too many people coming to this country, I'm leaving."
No, he left, and whatever he imagined it to be, when he returned, he decided it was overrun by immigrants. I'm an immigrant. My dad was an immigrant. Like, I'm an immigrant in America. You understand? Because I'm originally from England. And my dad in England, my actual dad, not my adopted dad, which is Penn Jillette whenever he plays Pop the Magic Dragon. My actual dad came to England when he was 16 from Singapore. So anyway, and then I've got this face mask on. So I was like this. But he couldn't tell that I was annoyed because I had a face mask on, so we just carried on. And of course, I'm too polite. I was just like, oh my God. It just looks like I'm like nodding in agreement.
Did he have a mask on?
He didn't have a mask on.
Oh, well, I'd have taken yours off.
He did tell me he wiped his car down a lot. And it was a Tesla, so it was a very nice car. So then I thought, okay, well, I will just, look busy on my phone. So I pick up my phone, doesn't recognize me because of the FaceTime. FaceTime doesn't recognize you with a mask on your face. So then I had to punch in my numbers, my PIN code.
All 6 digits.
All 6 of them.
Oh my God. What has the world come
You know what? I don't mind punching in the passcode. It's the swiping up to make it, because it's like, where's your face? And I'm like, okay, I'm wearing a face mask. It's like, but where is it? I'm like, can you just, I'm wearing a face mask. You can't, I can't, who is this? Where's Piff the Magic Dragon? I want to, can you just let me type in my passcode? Wait, oh, no, wait, your eyes look similar. No. It's just like.
If only there was a face mask with your face on it.
Well, Lina has asked me to do something for her, and I will. Lina was saying that the company she works for is in Wisconsin, and her employer will not require customers to wear masks unless the state of Wisconsin makes it a requirement. Now, I know a lot of people think that a mask impacts their freedom, but I just think these days, let's just be nice, maybe let's just be nice to each other. So anyway, Lina says, I work for the Kroger company at a pick and save grocery store in the pharmacy. I am a pharmacist. All right? So Lina is behind the counter in a pharmacy where sick people are coming and they don't have face masks. People must be required to wear masks by the state in order for my company to take action. The state of Illinois has made it a requirement, and therefore all Kroger-affiliated stores in that state require customers to wear masks because of the state mandate. I am disappointed that my employer will not implement this very obvious safety precaution unless it is mandated by the state. So I'm asking my state to help protect me. So I'm a human, not a hero. And that's the thing. There are a lot of heroes out there, but and this dragon isn't one of them. Alex, are you a hero?
I mean, not based on the
No, you're not.
history of this show.
We're not heroes, all right? The heroes are the doctors and the first responders. Like, those people are actively choosing to risk their life for other people, like people like you and me, okay? But not all people choose to be heroes. I don't choose to be a hero. That's why I'm in a garage shouting at you. So if you don't choose to be a hero, then it's very nice of you to still go to work and be a pharmacist, because you could just say, I'm not going to do anything anymore. Or even if you just go to work and work in the grocery store. Like, you may not feel like, oh, I'm saving people's lives, but actually what you're doing is very, very nice, because it means that people like me or anyone else really, or even the first responders, whoever, they can still get groceries and other food and pharmacy products. But at least for those people, wear a mask. For those, but you don't have to do it for yourself. But if somebody's standing behind a pharmacy counter, and you're not feeling great, and you're like, well, I'll go and get some medicine, maybe wear a mask for those people. And if you're an employer and you see the way all the other states are behaving, maybe just go, okay, let's all just wear masks. All right, that's all that's all I've got. Also, we have a range of Piff masks. Do you have any graphics of those, Alex?
We do.
We do. We've just got those. We should donate all the profits for these. We make, we have this merchandise company now. All our merchandise was a nightmare because it used to involve somebody in a hot Vegas warehouse counting and recounting stock until, endlessly. So we found a really good company called Printful, and what they do is they look after all the stock, and we just sell it, and then they get money and we get money. So from these masks, we get $5 from every mask. So we'll donate that to charity for every single mask that we sell at the moment. And they're nice. They're called gaiters. They're not even, look at that. It's a little gator. It's got my face on it. We got that one over there. and you can wear them on your face, or and after this passes, you can wear it as a headband or a little wrist thing. And I'm going to do some Mr. Piffles ones after this as well. So there'll be a Piff cartoon one, Piff logo, face mask, and a Mr. Piffles one. And then we'll donate all the profits to charity, which is $5 a mask. Okay, well, that's all the announcements. Now, on today's show, we have...
we hope to have.
We still don't have him?
Nope.
You're kidding? I'm going to ring him up. I keep tossing my phone away. That doesn't help anything. On today's show, we have somebody who's very special to anyone from the United Kingdom. So let's...
Actually, it's already on the...
Yeah, what's already?
Name is, I was going to get people to guess who it was in the comments.
No, it's all, everyone knows, but I want to introduce him properly when we know that we have him. We did have him at 10 a.m. UK time, which was, I don't know, 4 in the morning our time.
It was 2:30 a.m. He was trying to call us.
Right.
There was some confusion over the
There was some confusion. So we're hoping that we can get him back. He said that he wants to do it, but we just can't get a hold of him.
He emailed us at 9:30 a.m.
And what did he say?
Well, I'd replied explaining the time difference, and he said, "Oh dear, I've just seen your email at 5:29 p.m. Am I still okay to come on?"
All right, I'm going to need to translate this into American.
I've already texted him, but no reply.
What have you called him?
No, we've been on the show. Oh, he's in.
He's
Just
in.
popped up.
He's in?
He's in.
Okay, Alex is going to say hello to him to make sure that all is good in the world. I'm going to...
Bringing him straight in.
You bring him straight in. Let me introduce him. Ready?
Yep.
Ooh, by the skin of his teeth, we are very privileged to have with us a childhood idol of mine and many in the UK. In America, you guys had Mr. Rogers. Please welcome our Mr. Rogers, Dave Benson Phillips. Dave, how you doing?
I'm fine, Mr. Piff. How are you? Mr. Rogers indeed. You know what? That is praise. High praise indeed, sir.
That's what you are, David, to us. You understand that? Do you understand that, David? Do you truly understand that?
Well, do you know what? It wasn't... I spent quite a few years in America myself. So when I saw Mr. Rogers, I've got to admit, he was just the most amazing thing that I'd ever seen. The most gentle man that I'd ever seen. One of those people I wished I'd have met. Very kind, very gentle. Seemed like his life was all about feelings. The feelings of how people should feel. And he just seemed to be a wonderful man. Almost too good to be true. So there you go.
He was almost too good to be true, but it was true, and so were you, Dave. Because
thank you very much, sir.
Because you had a way of talking to me like you're talking to me now. Which but the difference is that I was like a 8-year-old dragon or something like that.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, well, when you were a young dragon, thank you very much, Piff, Mr. Piff, for watching me.
You don't have to call me Mr. Piff. We're buddies now because 3, 4, 5 years ago, Alex?
Was it really
2015, I think.
2015. In 2015...
Was it really as long ago as that, Piff?
It is, unfortunately. Almost 5 years ago. In 2015, Alex and I and Jade and our friend Sophie, we took a show to Edinburgh called Breakfast at Epiphanies. And it was a game show, and every day we had a special guest. And in Edinburgh, there are all these different, they're called like variety shows, magazine shows, and they have special guests who come and do 10 minutes of their act. And I thought it would be funny to invite somebody to the show as a special guest. And when they arrived and they started performing, I would say, what are you doing? I've just brought you here as my guest. And you're coming in here and you're doing your act. This is unbelievably rude. And Dave Benson Phillips was also in Edinburgh doing his Edinburgh show. And I was like, God, if I could get Dave Benson Phillips, my life would be complete. And without hesitation, Dave Benson Phillips said yes, exactly like he said yes to being on Piff's Golden Hour this morning. Thank you very much for Dave. I appreciate you doing that, buddy.
It's all right. No, thank you very much. And listen, anything for the Piff, all right?
Really? Anything? Well, okay. Well, let's
within reason.
Within reason. Well, let's. What have you been up to during the lockdown period, Dave?
Well, I've got to admit, for 48 hours, as you can imagine, people, entertainers like myself, entertainers of children, um, all of a sudden, when we were told that's it, nobody's going to work for a while, I did panic for a couple of days until somebody introduced me to the world of Zoom. Other platforms are available, of course. And the next thing I know, people are phoning me up and asking me, can I entertain the children on Zoom? Which has been a wonderful way just to keep me sort of mentally stable. Also, I've been doing things around the house, not to a great degree. Funnily enough, Mrs. Phillips is down here. We've been talking about that. It's a daily thing with us, sort of the chores that we're supposed to be doing. So that's keeping
Is
me
that a
sane.
list behind you? What's behind you?
I've got quite a messy house. This is my son's handiwork.
Oh.
So yeah, so this has been going up over the wall over the years, and more so even now, simply because he's at home, so he's having to be homeschooled by Mrs. Phillips and my good self. So Mrs. Phillips has been teaching him, Benji, all the classics, so things like reading, writing, maths, all of that sort of business. And I'm supposed to be doing the arty stuff, like playing the ukulele, and at the moment, teaching him the art of animation. So we're just working on a little 2-minute cartoon for him to take back into school whenever we go back.
Does he understand the privilege of having Dave Benson Phillips as a father? Do you every morning, do you wake him up and go, do you understand what's going on? No, you don't.
No,
you don't.
No, actually, Piff, it's the other way around. Every morning I get screamed at. You do lots of stuff on children's TV. Make me the Millennium Falcon out of cardboard.
Oh my God. Wow, yeah, I didn't realize this. You've really built your built your own grave, built your own bed.
Dug your own grave.
Dug your own grave.
Bed you've got a lie in.
Yeah, right. You dig your own grave, and you make a bed. You got a lie in it now. Thank you, Alex, for those mixed metaphors.
Absolutely so, sir. Absolutely so.
Now, oh, by the way, I think I found your glasses.
What? Oh yes, they are. Thank you very much. I was looking for them everywhere.
You're welcome. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. What's this 80s revival extravaganza you've done or you're doing? It's done, right?
No, actually, sir, I've just done it. Today is Monday. It's up on YouTube at the moment, even as we speak.
Oh, great.
We normally are involved in an annual music event called Let's Rock, which is basically, if you can imagine, it's a one-day event. It pops up. It's in a field outside of a city, near a town, and it's literally up to 10,000 people, 15,000 people in a field watching acts from the 80s. So you've got people in there like Rick Astley, you've got ABC, Toya Wilcox, Go West, other great iconic 80s bands, Mark Almond, Mr. Soft Cell. We've had Sister Sledge in do some stuff as well. We get quite a few American acts going in. Billy Ocean, of course, Caribbean Queen. Him, he's lovely. And of course, we get them in the field. And normally that's what we do. However, thanks to the coronavirus changing the way that entertainment is now to be perceived and enjoyed by people, we cannot do that in the field. Too close. Social distancing would be a nightmare. So we had to, cancel a lot of the engagements for this year. And somebody came up with the bright spark idea of why not put on the same event, just do it online, do it virtually, and also raise some money for Child Bereavement UK, which is a very, very worthwhile cause. And so people started talking about it. A guy called Darren started putting it together. So it was all online and everything. The next thing we know, we advertised it, and we were seen by just under 300,000 people.
Oh my God.
We were only expecting £50,000, which is what, 100,000 US?
Yeah.
So imagine our surprise when at the end of the evening, we've been up there for about 3 hours or so. We had raised £110,000.
Oh my God,
So
that's like almost $200,000.
Yeah, $220,000 US. So it was it was an amazing thing, and of course, a lot of the acts contributed. They gave their performances for nothing. A lot of them, of course, they did it from home, or some of them shared exclusive footage that had never been seen outside of their concerts. So it was a very unique event for what it was, because normally, like I say, it's a field, it's a massive stage in a field, it's 10,000 people in a massive field in a stage in a field, and it's really, it was quite amazing, and it was a very emotional bit. So I was hosting it alongside my show business mucker Pat Sharp,
Oh, Pat Sharp.
Yeah, Pat Sharp, international DJ to the stars,
Yeah.
and he was just on form. He was very lovely, and the whole thing is still up there online if you want to go take a look at it.
And if you want to go and look at it, Alex, can you find it? And we'll stick a link.
Yep.
And we'll put a
thank
link
you,
on
Piff.
we'll put a link on the YouTube page for this and on the Facebook page as well.
Fantastic.
And I assume
Thanks
that
very
if you like it and you watch it, you like it, you love it, you can still donate, right?
I'm hoping you can still donate. I mean, we shut it off when we thought there was enough money, but I think it's still coming in. So if they're still taking it, take the chance and do so. It would be very, very lovely. Thank you very much.
Well, that's great. Now, Dave, these days,
Yeah.
do you find yourself looking back more than you look forward? Because, you know, with an 80s revival weekend, you know, where's your attention these days?
Mrs. Phillips has just answered that. The answer to that question, in all honesty, is I look at the now moment and I look at the tomorrow, because I'm wondering where the next paycheck is going to come from to keep us in food. And
Yeah,
stuff.
welcome to
So
show
that's kind of
business.
where we are with this. Do I look back? Not too often, because I am too busy now focusing on what's going to happen next. So I'm in the now and in the future a little bit. So that's where I am. Where are you head-wise with all of this, Pip?
I'll tell you where I am. I'm the same place that I survive in, which is that I always think, hey, if you can make a living in this business, you're already succeeding, because not a lot, because that's the tricky thing, you know. If you can, like, every day put food on the table, doing what you love, then you're done. So, you know, for me, it's like, at the moment we do like 400 shows a year in America usually, and Canada as well. And I love doing that. And I hope we get to do that again. But equally, we've done a lot of shows. So now it's time to try something new. We're doing we're doing 2 shows a day on PiffTV, and we get to meet all these people from all over the world. We don't have to be restricted by you know, just wherever the plane will take us. So it's a super strange time. But the reason I'm asking you is because I know from myself, I can look back to all those shows we did and all the people that enjoyed it and all the nice times they had. And I go, oh yeah, you know, like we gave people a good time. You gave the gift of a childhood to literally millions and millions of kids like me for so many years. So these times, do you is that a comfort to you?
It is, and what's really nice is that, do you know what, I'm still going, which is quite the most amazing thing. I mean, so Mrs. Phillips is just laughing. She just thought, no, they don't have to live with me. Okay, so in my particular case, I'm always stunned and I'm humbled by the fact that I've had that chance of entertaining children for so many years, for so long. And when it's only when you say it's millions of children, and I'm thinking, it really was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
I'd like to do the same online. Funnily enough, I've been developing shows like you have done with PiffTV. On YouTube, I have a channel called Webby Telly, which is all one word, Webby Telly. And I've been doing stuff for young children. It's a show called Sing With Me DBP. Sorry, it was one of those things. And it's just basically me and a guitar just singing straight to the camera and hoping that there's going to be a child on their TV or their viewing device just watching and singing. So that's in its infancy, and that keeps me quite busy. So that's nice fun. And like I said, every now and again I do these live interactions. But yeah, the whole thing about what I've done, I'm very proud of that. I'm also extremely humbled by the fact that people have allowed me into their homes to entertain and educate their children over the years, and it's quite a thing. And every now and again, when I do get a bit low, I kind of forget that. Sometimes Mrs. Phillips reminds me, or something will happen in the street where somebody will say, "You were in childhood." And that's a real shock for me.
You need Mrs. Phillips, because everyone has bad days. That's the thing. Like everyone has days when they're like, oh no, I feel a bit miserable. So yeah, good on you, Mrs. Phillips. Because here's the thing about you. When we met you in Edinburgh, we're strangers to you. You don't know who we are. and we asked you to come and do the show. And then we said, so here's the deal. We're going to bring you on. And then I'm going to be like, what are you doing? Why are you interrupting the show that people have paid money? And you were great. You were outstanding. You took everything great. And you were like the life and soul of that show as well. But I've met...
But then again, yeah, go on. Yeah,
I've met plenty of people.
Your show was amazing, Piff. I had to do it. So
it was passable at best, Dave. Deal with it.
The answer was you had me at hello. All right?
Now listen,
like that.
Listen. I've met plenty of people in this business, and they have this like incredible like on-screen presence, and they're like your best friends on screen, and then they are horrific people to you off stage, and when you meet them backstage, and you know, thankfully a lot of them are dead now, but with you were like. On stage Dave is off stage Dave.
You're very kind. I mean, I do have low days, but a lot of it, to tell you the truth, I think it's because, and I say it as a stock line, and people who know me just go, "Oh, it's a well-worn phrase," but I'm literally saying, "Yeah, I'm like this because I'm just happy to be in work." Do you know what I mean? I'm just glad to be in work, and it truly is. It's one of those things. When you've had a lifetime.
I'm so grateful for every single person. Who pays a ticket. And sometimes, you know, I go to shows and I think I'm going to like it and I don't. It's just the way it is. So there will always be people who think that about my show or, you know, your show or anything. It's just the nature. But every time somebody's disappointed, in my heart, I'm like, oh God, I just feel terrible. And by the way, I'm usually like making, what is that, Alex?
That was us that night.
That's us.
Found the infamous photograph.
Yeah, look at that. Alex, can you make that bigger? And less on our faces?
Do you know what? That sometimes, Piff, that's the way. It's the best way.
Oh, there we are.
Look at that.
That is me, Jade and Alex, who you recognise, DBP, and Sophie. On the far left or right, I'm not sure which way it's coming out, but
depending on which country you're in.
Who was my assistant that year with Jade. She's very funny.
Oh, that was a magic night for me.
Now listen.
You know what? That was the
While you and I are speaking, my sister is texting me furiously. Yeah. Okay. Because her and I, we have a 2-year age gap, so you know, we came up. From the middle, watching Playbus originally, and then every show after that. She has some questions for you. Number one,
go on, then.
She would like to meet Mrs. Phillips. Does Mrs. Phillips come on the camera?
Okay, let's go. Here we go.
Here we go. We're going, Alex. Go full screen. Full screen to Mrs. Phillips. Here we go. Oh, Mrs. Phillips!
No, I'm cooking.
Hello, Mrs. Phillips.
Hello.
First of all, I would like to say thank you for keeping DBP happy. Because
I don't know about that.
It's a tough job to be DBP.
Interview if I come into here.
I just want to know what your answers are.
DBP gives and he gives and he gives. Who gives back to DBP? Not Piff the Magic Dragon, Mrs. BBP. Thank Mrs. That's Mrs. DBP. This is complicated. What's your name, Mrs. DBP?
Emma.
Hello, Emma. That's a lot easier than Mrs. DBP.
He refers to me as Mrs. Phillips most of the time.
Yeah, I like
it.
it.
Nobody ever knows my first name.
I like
But no,
it.
you do.
How long have you two been together?
Oh my lord! I'm just looking off to the side at him. I think it was. I worked on Get Your Own Back.
You worked on Get Your Own Back?
Yeah.
Whoa.
For many years. My job was finding children to go on TV shows.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I worked on the very first series. That was 1991.
Oh my God.
91. I was with somebody else at the time.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Keep that under your hand.
Can we cut that bit out?
No, Dave, we can't. God, I can see why you're behind the camera usually, Mrs. DBP.
Yeah, and then he wore me down, and
Oh my
over
God.
2 years. If you can see his face now, 2 years it took. To wear
It
me
was for
down.
the greater good. You understand that, Emma?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it was about 92, end of 92, 90, beginning of 93-ish, I think. And then we didn't get married for years, did we? I think, what year did we get married? 2002? 2002 we got married.
So 29 years together, and
Mad.
18 years married.
Yeah, got a lot,
is
isn't
it
it?
really as long as that?
Oh my God! Congrats. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to
Yeah, it's a long time.
date you there, but I'm just
Yeah.
giving you the facts, guys. What's the
No, you get
secret?
less for armed robbery, you know. What? Anyway, nothing else.
What's the secret, Emma? How do you keep the ship on course?
Oh, I don't really know what to say to that, to be honest with you. I think because we've worked in the same industry, really, so I kind of know the score, if you know what I mean.
I just want
So,
tips from
that's what
you
it's
so that
like.
I can tell Jade. You know, when I'm feeling mopey, which I do a lot,
Yeah.
then I want to teach Jade how to cheer me up, because at the moment she just goes, "Oh, get over it."
Yeah, Dave doesn't get mopey that often, do you? Occasionally you do, but mostly we can sit, and we've got a good sense of humour, both of us, so we mostly just sit and laugh at things, really, don't
How
we?
do you get Dave out of a funk? Come on, let's role play this. Dave, squeeze in. Squeeze in there, Dave. All right, now let's get the mope on, Dave. All right, you've lost your glasses. You haven't seen them for days. You don't know where they are.
Oh, that is easy, because whenever he loses something, I can always find it.
Okay.
We literally retrace the steps and go, so where did you last have, what were you wearing, blah, blah, blah. And I can usually go straight to the place, and I just go, here are your glasses, and then the funk is over.
I made a magic trick that I had to use real $100 bills for, and I needed $700 bills. So I made them, and now I've lost them, and nobody can find them. So that Jade failed there. That's on Jade. Okay, so strike one for Jade. All right, so Dave's moping about something that he hasn't lost. I don't know.
Okay.
What can Dave be moping about, Alex?
The ingredients for the gunge haven't come in.
The ingredients for the gunge, they're manufactured in China. Production has been held up. It looks like they're not coming in for the 80s Revival Fest this weekend.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a real solutions person, so I'm always like, okay, let's see where else we can find those gunge ingredients, and go to the kitchen cupboard or something and get something out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very
So
good.
I'm always trying to find solutions for him. So
Strong
that he can't,
alternatives.
yeah, exactly. And then he cheers up because we found an alternative.
So basically, you do the work for Dave. He outsources it to you. Good one for Jade. All right. So lesson one, Jade needs to remember where I put things, clearly. Lesson two, she needs to do everything for me. Okay, that's very
Pretty
good.
much it, yeah.
Now, you guys, how many children you have?
We have the one.
That's enough. We have a small dog.
It really is.
It's more than enough. So, how does Dave get the glamorous parts of raising the children, or does he do the dirty work?
Well, luckily he's got no sense of smell. So mostly I get him to do the dirty end.
Right. Yeah, that's an issue, because Jade, I'd really rather Jade stick to the shitty business with Piffles.
Thanks. This is an admission that I thought about for years, but she's always said to me, "No, Dave, stop making it up." And of course, everybody else has agreed with Emma. So.
What did Dave say?
We do mostly share.
I have no sense of smell. I mean, it's a bit of a pogger for cooking, but
That's not your superpower, Dave. How are you going to get through all those years in the gunge tank if you had a sense of smell?
It would be nice if I had. It would be lovely. I mean, one of the times when I really wish I had a sense of smell, I was once in a nightclub with some mates of mine, and we were seriously dancing out to some serious music. And I thought to myself, oh, well, I got some dry ice and smoke effects going on. And it was like banging, ooh, woo, woo, woo. I hadn't realised that I'd been dancing to the smoke alarm. And people were being cleared. And so it's not necessarily the greatest thing.
That's when you need Mrs. DBP.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for that.
No, you weren't there for that.
Now, Mrs. DBP, do you know the ingredients to gunge?
This is our little Lee.
This is our boy.
Oh,
This is our boy.
hello.
This is Benj.
Hi,
This
Ben.
is Benj.
It's Piff the Magic Dragon.
That.
Ah.
Okay, this is Piff the Magic Dragon.
I'm famous from 4 years ago.
But he's
We met
famous.
him at
This
Edinburgh.
this guy's amazing. He does the most amazing magic. He's lovely.
Benj
Oh, he's got-
doesn't care.
There you
He's-
go. If you design Roblox or Minecraft, he'd be all over
Yeah,
you.
or anything to do with Lego.
Yeah, all Lego.
Lego is
Yes,
the
other
thing.
building blocks are now available due to copyright.
I got no actual skills, Dave. Otherwise, I'd be using them to make money.
Stop it! I've seen you work it. You're amazing. Stop it. Stop it.
Now,
Yeah.
you still haven't told us the ingredients to gunge. So,
Yes. What about the ingredients to gunge?
what are they?
No, I'm afraid I can't tell you.
Ah!
It's a guarded secret. It's one of those things. Even Mrs. Phillips doesn't know. So when I go off every now and again, back in the days when I was allowed to perform live shows, not like now. Ben, sorry about this, mate.
What's up,
Yeah, you're
Benj?
getting live
What's
to-
up? Talk to us,
Sorry,
Benj.
we'll get.
Negotiating
Yeah.
what he can watch
Yeah.
on the internet.
Yeah, he's really quite blasé about the fact that the world can now see what we're up.
Yeah, this has got almost 300 views, Benj. Do you understand those numbers?
He's gone. He's good.
Hey.
He's got to watch that. Yeah, he loves Roblox. Now, listen, yeah. So the gunge itself is a massive thing. It has been for years. There are people who do versions of, but the stuff that we use was developed by BBC VisFX, and then the stuff that I use on stage, where I was do like the Fringe Festival, is completely different to that, and it's very, it's wild stuff. Very slippery, very slimy.
We're not getting it out of him,
I
Alex.
mean,
We're not getting it out of him,
Now,
Alex. Here's what we're going to have to do. EBP, we're going to have to get you on a separate call, and over a period of the next few months, you can squeeze those ingredients out of him one at a time. All right. We also need the don't just hand us a list of ingredients. We need the correct, proportions. Otherwise, how'd you get the smoke
Method.
float? Remember when the smoke used to float on top? That was good, wasn't it?
Oh, it was great. That was great. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you that
That's
much. That was very clever. So one, we used to have one a smoke that used to be blown in, and then the other one would be we would use dry ice and literally drop it in, and of course its own fermentation. If you did it near enough the top, it would give that bubbly effect. You know, that bloop
Yeah.
effect. So that was pretty amazing.
Is there any? Who would you like to get your own back on, Dave?
Pardon? Say it again, sir.
Who would you like to get your own back on?
Oh, that's a question that changes from day to day, year to year, month to month, depending on who asked the question. There is nobody really that I would like to get. my own
Benj.
back.
It's Benj, isn't it? Let's just be real. It's
not.
It's Benj on a daily basis. He
But
doesn't
believe it
even
or
know
not,
who
it's,
Piff the Magic Dragon is. I mean, what kind of homeschooling is this, Dave?
Yeah, it's not very good by the sound of things.
I'm one of the top 2 magical dragons in cultural history.
Yeah.
There's a
Pete's
gap
dragon.
between me and the front runner, but I'm up there. There's no number 3.
No, that's true. That's true. So listen, you're doing this live from Vegas. Vegas is a very special place for Mrs. Phillips and I. Because
Really?
we got married in Vegas.
Whoa! What did you 2 get married in Vegas?
Well, we ran out of
He was very busy that year.
Yes, I was, and we ran out of things to say to each other, and it was like, well, should we get married? Yeah, all right. So that was it,
Yeah,
really.
and then we had about Disney. You're working for Disney at the
It's
moment.
working- yeah, other firms are available.
And
He's BBC trained, you can
paid
tell.
off or something.
Yeah.
And we thought, oh, well, we've got to get married in 12 days, basically.
Do you remember the name of the
Just-
of the chapel / drive-in?
We did the which one was it?
it was-
Graceland.
it was the Graceland Chapel.
Oh, the Elvis. You got an Elvis wedding.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got an
but-
Elvis. It was at the time
Yeah.
he was the only ordained Elvis, wasn't he?
Yes, the Reverend Norm
Reverend Norm.
Johns.
This is
Norm
before the
Johns.
internet, I guess.
Yeah, way before the internet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
when
was
everyone
just
could
like-
get. I mean, the dog's ordained. If you want Mr. Piffles to do your
Yeah.
wedding, no problem.
But it was, he was really lovely.
He was Elvis in his Mars bar, latter Mars bar days, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Really? The
he-
fried Mars bar.
Chubby
period.
Elvis.
Yeah.
And
That's show business, though, isn't it? You fluctuate.
Dave nearly got a job though. Dave
What?
nearly got a job.
How did you get? What
he-
job did you almost get, Dave?
Go on.
okay, so what happened was at the end, once they did the ceremony,
Face the camera, Dave. Where's the face the? There we go.
so once they did this, like the serious part of the ceremony, it was then a case of they just did a bit of a fun bit. So it was a bit like, you know, so he suddenly said, "You got to say, oh, David," and I went, "All right, David." He said, "No." He said, "You got to say it like this, oh, David." And in the end, we started doing Elvis, "Viva Las Vegas." So there's lots of "Viva Las Vegas."
Oh my God!
The next thing that happens, the camera shuts down. He says, "Thank you very much. By the way, would you like some work as Elvis?" And we thought, nah, this is just. And he was dead serious with us. He said, "You're really a black guy with a. You sound like Elvis when you sing." And it was just like, no, really no. But I did think about it a lot.
You should. We could
Almost
have been
offered the job
Vegas buddies.
as a black Elvis, mate.
You could be Black Elvis.
Never
I
mind
love
the
it.
white man with the black sounding voice. We're talking black sounding voice. Yeah.
I love it, Dave. Now look, Dave, where did you
There
grow
are people
up?
all over the world now just going, "What is going on?"
Where did you grow up, Dave?
I grew up in South London, a
Where?
place called Tooting.
Tooting. I'm from Honor Oak Park. You know where that is?
Where's that?
Honor Oak Park. It's near Forest Hill.
Oh my goodness, I know that. That's
Yeah.
that's Forest Hill's really posh.
No, are you kidding me? Now it's
But, I mean-
posh. When I grew up, it was like pre-gentrification.
Oh, I remember those years. Do you know, I did a similar thing. So Emma and I was telling her about where I grew up in Tooting. And I can remember it was Tooting, as far as I was concerned, was so bad. There was a famous poem written by a guy called Sir John Betjeman. And the top two lines are, oh, blessed bombs, please fall on Slough. It is not fit for humans now. He didn't like Slough at all. And I remember writing to the John Betjeman Society to say, please change the name to Tooting because it's just horrible. Anyway, so I took Emma down towards, I think we was travelling home to where we live in Worthing near Brighton. And we were talking, and I was saying about the fact that we were driving along, and this is where I grew up, and this is Vauxhall, and this is where I used to sort of spend my days clubbing. And then we got towards Tooting, and I said, right, this is Tooting. This is like, as far as I was concerned, it was the whole of the earth. I couldn't wait to get out. It's just nasty. You know, I made some great mates there, but it was not a place to be. And I couldn't have been any more wrong. We went through wine bars, libraries, jewelry shops,
It's the same.
cafes, clubs, you know, and it was just like, you know, eateries, posh people. It was like, what?
No, not when we were younger, is it, Dave? We grew up in there when it was this on the mean streets of Forest Hill, which I realise, if you're an American, sounds like a magical Hobbit land. Tooting? Oh, let's go to Tooting, everybody. No,
Yeah,
it was a horror show.
Yeah, I was explaining to somebody about where I lived in Tooting, and somebody said Tooting as opposed to Wanting.
Yeah.
They were trying to ingratiate themselves to me on a racial basis. I wasn't sure how this was going.
Oh my God, that's the sort of stuff we had to put up with. I in no way had to put up with this.
Oh yeah.
But when we have a place near us called Catford, which is a bit more. That sounds a bit more gritty. It's like a Ford just filled with cats. It's like when you drive through a river, the thing you drive through is called a ford, and they just threw cats in there, and they named the town after that. They were like, this is where all the cats die. And there was another place called Lewisham, which sounds like a bad sneeze. But Forest Hills and Tooting, then that's sort of a bit nicer, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Tell
Yeah.
that story. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
there was
check on the road.
one of our performers where we were doing the show. I won't say what show it is because
Where's EBP gone?
Oh, no, she's got to do that. We're having. This is. Let's just to give you an idea. It's almost 5 to 7 British Standard Time, and so we're getting the evening meal on. So we're having a fish stir fry. So yes, there we were in Lewisham at the theatre. I won't say what the show is.
The Broadway Theatre, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the performance from this particular person in the cast was so bad and considered so wooden that members of the audience showed their disgust by going out, finding out whose car it was that he drove up in, and they literally bodily lifted the car and turned it on its roof.
That is so Lewisham.
So
Oh my
pleased to
God.
say, and we both had the same cars at the time. That's all I'm saying. That I'll be let out of the bag now.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I came out there for oh dear, hello.
Oh, Dave.
But yeah, those were happy shows. But yeah, I loved performing in Lewis. I don't think the theatres are open anymore now. Happy days. No, I've got a lot of love for the Southeast London.
Yeah, I love Southeast London. It will never leave us, Dave. We'll always be at heart Southeast Londoners.
Do you get that though? There's times when you say something which is just so South London, and if there's somebody who knows you, or they say that phrase, they go, "Oh, you can take the boy out of South London," and you just go.
Yeah, and as soon as I go back to my, I see my sister and my parents and my brother. As soon as I start talking to them, you can no longer understand me. I'm like, all right, mate, what's going on? Oh, let's go down the yard. Oh, God, blimey. It's like a poor Guy Ritchie movie.
I know what you mean. It's that sort of thing. I mean, I live in Sussex now. I live in this sort of the town by the sea, Worthing, really, and that's they don't have people like me very often, and it's really quite funny when you hear another person from the South London area, and you just go, yeah, it's a slow migration. But just to give you an idea where I live, it was sort of like in any direction. The trees were about 15 minutes walk away, or you had to walk to Figs Marsh, which is near Mitcham, and there was a big area where the trees were. So that's what it was like. And there was a big paper mill, but now it's a massive shopping centre. All that sort of thing.
Yeah. No, there's like some baby store. There's a baby store down the road from us that sells like tiny baby clothes.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, Dave, we're coming up on our time together. We don't want to interrupt your dinner, but before you go, would you be at all interested in singing us a little song?
In what way? What song would you like? What's going on?
I'd like something from Elvis now.
Oh dear.
Dave's left. Oh, he's back. Here we go.
It might be out of tune, but here we go. Oh yeah, got. Baby, won't you be my love and teddy bear? Hold the chain around my neck, leave me at the world, let me be your teddy bear. Oh, let me be your teddy bear. Oh, let me be your teddy bear. I want to be your teddy bear.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Benson Phillips. You want to see more of him? You go to the YouTube link below here, or the Facebook link below here. Watch the 80s revival.
You can get me on @Dave Benson Phil on Twitter, capital D, capital B, capital P. It's @Dave Benson Phil.
Yeah.
Or if you hashtag Sing With Me DBP, it should come through to me, and you can see the shows that I've been doing for young children and music shows and stuff like that. And if you want to take a look at what we did just recently with the 80s revival and the lockdown event online, you should go to the official Let's Rock Facebook page where the links will still be up there, or just come to my stuff because there's links left, right, and center.
We'll put all of those links.
The YouTube.
It's been a joy, Piff.
And
it's
listen,
been a joy.
Dave, if people want to book you, they just go to your website, right?
They can go to my website, but the best way to get me at the moment is via Twitter.
All right.
@Dave Benson Phil. So if you want to do the Sing With Me DBPs, I've yet to do anybody outside of the UK, but so far I've done, where have I done? France. I did one in France just recently. That was good fun. That was for a person with special needs who watches a lot of my videos that I did in sign language videos. So I did them at a very special online appearance. And so, so just get me. And any reason to be in Vegas. We got friends in Vegas.
Come to Vegas, Dave.
Yeah.
We need Black Elvis in Vegas.
Yeah, Blelvis.
Blelvis. Yeah.
Blelvis, yes.
Blelvis the pelvis. All right, buddy. We'll see you soon. Thank you very much, Dave.
Yes, and be safe, Piff. Be safe, Alex. Be safe, everybody watching, all right?
See you soon.
Thanks, Dave.
See you soon, sir. Well, I've got to do that embarrassing thing now. Where's the ruddy button? Oh, there it is.
Oh, my God. Oh, God. Coming up on the 5 p.m. show tonight. Oh, I don't know, because we haven't written it yet. Jade and I, we're going to do an improv class together. But that's now tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, because I said to Matt and Paul, who were going to teach us, Jade and I, how to improv, I said choose any day. Monday, is Monday good? They said no, Tuesday. So that's no good. So we'll think of something between now and then. We'll see you tonight, 5 p.m.